yes, and there we have it. Entertainment Thursday. It is right here on Good Morning Kenya on this beautiful, beautiful Thursday morning. How are you doing? It is officially a Friday right here on Good Morning Kenya. My colleagues are here with me. Mike Mego is here. Unique the DJ is here. Kwanza kabisa tuendelee ku appreciate our athletes for the good job that they are doing in Tokyo, Japan. We have 4 gold medals so far. But that's number 2 kwa hiyo table ya medals.
Yes.
I think USA is number 1 and then Kenya is number 2.
Meaning we are on top of Africa.
Yes.
Africa.
Yes.
Not just Africa.
See Africa.
We are on top, like for now.
We are second. We are
number 2. We are number 2 with 4 gold medals. We have, I think, 2 bronze medals and 1 silver medal. And beautiful scenes pale Tokyo, you know. And I believe Bado Leo they will be continuing, and we'll have finals tomorrow on Friday. And I'm sure that we will keep shining and shining and shining. How are you this morning? Remember, you can get to join us right here on the show via our WhatsApp line. That is 0716 103 301. 0716 103 301. Talk to us. Let us know where you're tuning in from. If you have a request that you want the DJ to get to play for you, that is exactly where you get to do that. DJ,
yes.
Leo umejipangaje?
Kama kawa, kama dawa. Hot music every Thursday.
Yes.
Always got you covered. Pale kwa sitting room penye umekaa. Maybe kuna wengine who watch kama kwa job. Understand?
Kuna mtu anauliza unasema kama kawa kama dawa.
Hiyo dawa ni gani?
Hiyo dawa ni gani?
Dawa ni muziki. Dawa ni muziki.
And truly, music is medicine.
Is medicine.
Oh yes.
So I actually have like few music. Like before I continue with the list, kuna salamu nimepatia nilikutana na fan wako jana, alinisumbua.
Oh.
Yes.
Anaitwa
Gladys, anakoka pale hapo Mirema.
Oh.
Anauzanga duve, alisema uende duve yako.
Niende duve?
Uende duve.
For free?
Yes.
Very nice.
Sasa wewe make sure umepita pale, uende chukue. Mimi nimefikiria Gladys imefikisha salamu, so make sure. So zimefika salamu. Salamu
zimefika kabisa. Gladys, thank you so much, and I appreciate that you get to tune in to the show. Duve yangu nitakujia.
Yes.
Nitakujia. Pin location.
So about the new music that they released, there's this rhythm by this rhythm is really trending in Jamaica, but we have 2 artists of Kenya.
Okay.
Wamerelease anaitwa Ndovuku na Stonjiwe, alafu na Big Baba pia amefanya the same rhythm. It's a very, very dope rhythm. So I'll be sampling some of the songs from that rhythm. Kuna pia Kidum, he has a new song inaitwa Ndani, very nice song. Diana Chords na Munga. That song is amazing.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
It's amazing, a very nice song. Another song was inaitwa Pantambua, Rojo Mo. And he'll be here to launch that song for the first time.
For the very first time. Absolutely. So you do not want to miss any bit of the show. Asha Sema, one of the people who will be here. And then we'll also have a Nyatiti queen. And she's not originally Kenyan, but she'll be here to talk to us more about that, so that we get to understand where her love for Nyatiti came in. And, you know, when she started playing it, you definitely want to stay here for that. Mike.
Yes. You know, the pace has already been set. The stage is set for Entertainment Thursday. And since that pace has been set, I want to start you with quite an interesting conversation surrounding investments. What do you understand by investment? From your perspective, what is it? So I'll be having that conversation with Stormzy Mwendwa, who is the founder of Basquiat Capital. He's also an innovation engineer. So we'll get into the nitty-gritties of that. That conversation is coming to you. It will be the first conversation we'll be having right here on Entertainment Thursday. So you need to stay tuned to KBC Channel 1. This is Good Morning Kenya. My name is Mike Migwe. Welcome to the show. Vivian.
And you know, by the way, when most people talk about investments,
yes,
for some they tend to they tend to not be able to differentiate between investing and saving.
Exactly.
Someone will say they are saving now, semeni kama wana invest, but there's a difference between saving and investing. So you'll definitely get into that.
That will get into the nitty-gritties of that.
All right.
Oh, yes.
Let's take a short commercial break, and then Mike will be back with his guest before we officially get into the Dunda Hour.
Oh, yes.
So keep it right here.
Welcome back to Good Morning Kenya. This is Entertainment Thursday. My name is Mike Migo. Our first conversation, investment simplified. Hapa tunaongea mambo ya investment in the simplest language that you will understand, especially for you young person who want to make investments as early as now. This is Future Voices, and welcome. To talk about this aspect of investment, in studio I'm joined by Stormzy Mwendo, who is the founder of Basket Capital and also an innovation engineer. Karibu sana.
Thanks so much, Mike.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Uko fiti?
Kabisa. Yeah, for sure.
Sasa unajua, I'm interested because I saw innovation engineering. It piqued my interest. And that is our starting point before we even get into the investment aspect.
Yeah.
What is innovation engineering?
Yeah, so that's actually a role I started quite a while ago, actually here locally.
Yes.
And the idea was just to, transform and execute on ideas, so like wild ideas. So we tried a bit, but it was very much in its infancy. So right now, the term has pretty much changed, and you could consider it like something that everybody is now doing. So if, for example, even if you look at folks who are coming up with content right now, those you could consider them innovation engineers because they're coming up with new ideas for, content that's basically fresh for the first time. So yeah, I could more or less call it just executing on fresh ideas, new ideas. So that's kind of like the whole gist around it.
If that is the direction one wants to take, how would you say it mitigates the risk of pursuing big ideas, innovations, and bringing about novel solutions?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like I mentioned, because it's something that most people actually do on a day-to-day basis, just trying to find something different. Maybe there was a certain way that things have been done for a very long time, and then you just break that and say, you know what, I want to try something completely different. So it's very possible for anyone, even yourself, to say, you know what, let's just flip this model / idea upside down and just go ahead and see where it takes us, and then we'll be able to learn. Whether it fails or it succeeds, it's still a learning opportunity.
Even for forward-thinking organizations that are geared towards making or pursuing purposeful action and prudence when it comes to finances, is this something that they can pursue?
Yeah, 100%. Especially right now in the age of AI, it's very easy to go ahead and come up with absolutely evergreen. So the idea here is you can go ahead and get into another niche. Say, for example, you are a doctor and you're trying to find out a new way of doing something. You don't have to look within the industry. You can look outside. You can probably even look at engineering or architecture. There's just something that they do there that you can probably pop into your whole niche and whole system and see if it's going to go ahead and make a change or make a difference, to push the field forward or to push your career forward or, even to push your pocket forward.
So this is something that you would say in the colloquial terms, thinking outside the box.
100%.
Yes. Let's say we have a problem of X organization. What does the process look like when it comes to innovation engineering? Where do we start, and how does it look, the whole process of making sure that this problem has been addressed, solved once and for all?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. And the answer is pretty simple, just coming back down to first principles. So first principles is something that folks like Elon Musk have been doing. So I'll give you an example of how they have done it. So you have SpaceX, right?
Yes.
So what happened is Back in the day, NASA were the ones who used to build the rockets that, you know, would try to take people to the moon and all that kind of stuff. So what Elon did, he was like, okay, first, I need to understand how a rocket is made.
Yes.
So he broke it down up until the minuscule level, the minute level.
Yes.
A rocket is made of these metals. These are the materials that are required. This is the fuel that needs to burn, etc., etc. And then he built it from the ground up using specific, because you know, the other way you would have done it is to go and buy a rocket from NASA themselves.
Exactly.
But it's like, no, let me just see how I can be able to build this. And he's done it for cheap now.
Yes.
And now he's able to launch these rockets at scale. And that's where the whole goal of Mars and taking people to Mars has come from, and etc., etc. So it's just first principles first to get the root cause and root issue, then building from the ground up using specific ideas from different niches.
Yes.
Yeah.
How would you rate the uptick of innovation engineering in the country today?
Oh, I think it's definitely there, but I don't know if people actually use that term. But at the end of the day, you know, people are doing, even up to the mama mboga level, if you could say that, you know, people are finding new ways of distributing, of producing, of marketing, for example. So it's there, it's in our lives. It's just that people don't know that this term actually exists. And at the end of the day, you know, the whole thing is, if you know how to do it, then you really don't need the title.
Actually, that is true, because even you look at small businesses, even in the estates, when it comes to rendering their services, you can they are doing deliveries. They're doing deliveries away from what we are used to. Unataka kitu unaendea. So siku hizi unapiga simu, hata kama ni nyanya unataka, they will be brought to the house. So I think that is also an aspect that is changing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So final question on this aspect of innovation engineering. What do you think will be the role that it will play going forward for any business that wants to, say, break even in the shortest amount of time?
Yeah, that's a great question. At the end of the day, it always comes down to the models, so how the business makes money and generates revenue. So if there is something that they can probably, quote unquote, steal, you know, as they say, in the best way to become a good painter is actually to steal some ideas, etc., etc. So if you could just steal some ideas from specific or different areas. So for example, if we were, let's work with the same businesses in the estates, So what are people asking for? What do they come to buy?
Exactly.
And what do they usually go ahead? So you're looking at from the value chain from farm to table, for example, farm to fork. So people want to buy tomatoes, they want to buy onions, so that they can make beef stew or something. So what do they usually do? They'll take the tomatoes, chop them up, etc., etc. So innovation there could be like, you know what, you come to buy from me, you find them chopped and they're already mixed. So your job is just to go and toss them in the pan, and you just need to fire it up, and then the next thing is you put in your beef and you're good to go. So that's just like something, because you're looking at a problem / pain point, and then coming up with a solution around it to make the life of the customer much better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Let's get into matters investment, because everybody wants to invest, make something in the future, because investments depend on the timeline that maybe you want to make something. But from your own understanding of investment, how do you define it in the simplest words?
Really, really good question. And in the simplest terms, it's just delayed gratification. So I'm delaying my happiness right now from the money that I'm making, so that I can enjoy it when I'm not very, very much able to now wake up and do things, etc., etc. So I'm just delaying that for later. Yes.
So, and because I ask that because there are people who think, who want to make quick money. And today, social media is awash with things like forex trading, which actually has caused a lot of uproar. People are flashing, showing flashy lifestyles, and they're attributing it to forex trading. Actually, let's get into it. What is forex trading in real sense, as opposed to what is being paraded on social media?
Yeah, so I mean, in terms of like, the whole industry has just been very glorified for a very long time. And, you know, there's been a lot of, this is even in the 80s, they started this whole thing in the United States, that, you know, they were posting videos on TV whereby people, you know, you'd show a lady at home making some trades on her computers. And then from there, you know, she's able to make X amount. So the narrative started quite a long time ago. Now, Forex in its essence is necessary because at the end of the day, people have to buy and sell goods in different areas around the world. So you need to exchange money. But now when you look at it from the aspect of you, Mike, and myself are sitting on a computer, not holding physical cash, and then making a couple of button clicks on our computer to make a couple of dollars. To be quite honest, it's a system whereby people are just being exploited. And unfortunately, people, 90%, in fact 99%, will lose money, and that is a very, very strong fact. It's even written there. I'm not the one who's coming up with the, these terms or these facts. So you always have to look at it from the perspective of how has it worked for, you know, the people who came before us. And if you look at the greats like Peter Lynch, Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, you know, they did it the long way, the long game. They did Warren Buffett and Munger started seeing some significant money when they were much later in their life, in their older, latter stages of their lives, in their 40s, 50s, and that's usually the prime time for a human being. So the whole get-rich-quick scheme through Forex and all that kind of stuff is just a means to an end for some people to make money off of other people. Yeah.
All right. When it comes to investment, you are an investor because by the time you were starting your company, it was an investment.
Yeah.
How would you say, or what would you term as the safest type of investment?
Yeah, so I think I'll throw it back to you and ask you, is it in terms of safest in terms of risk or safest in terms of...
Because, okay, I'm asking it from the perspective of a person who wants to, I have this money, I want to invest it, but I want to make sure that my money is safe. That, yes, there is risk, but still there's some degree of safety. So what investment, granted I do not have that information of the types of investments that I need to make, what is the safest, what would you say, let's say, what would you advise me to invest in?
Yeah, I wouldn't say this is what I'd consider financial advice because of course we're on live TV, but for that case you can just use a couple of examples. So basically it always comes down to the level of risk appetite someone has. And usually you just take, I think it's 76 minus your age, and then you'll know how much you need to allocate towards more riskier assets. But when you look at less risk, you're looking at things like government bonds. You know, the government will always, quote unquote, have money to pay you back because they'll get money from taxes, etc., etc. So it's slightly less riskier. And then now we start getting into more riskier territory. So looking at equities, aka shares / stocks. And then we start moving a bit forward. You start looking at futures. We start looking at options. So these are like highly complex financial products. So they all increase in risk when you start getting more complex. So the easier it is, the less risky it is in terms of understanding. Because when you say, I want to buy a bond, you're basically saying, I want to lend to the government, plain and simple.
When it comes to risk, is it always that the higher the risk, the higher the amount of return on investment? Is it usually the case?
That is usually the intended case, but it's not guaranteed. Yes, there's always that quick disclaimer by all financial products or companies that will tell you there's a chance this might lose money, and you know, past results do not guarantee future results as well. So you always need to know that when you get into something. But at the end of the day, the higher the risk, essentially the higher the reward.
People have, well, you go to social media, and even TikTok, Facebook, people right, left and center are talking about money market funds. do you think that prevalence has taken root, especially on social media platforms? People are getting that advice left, right, and center.
Yeah, I mean, money market funds have been there for a very long time, but as you said, right now they are very popular. And they do give a certain level of rental, quote unquote, which is basically interest. However, of course, they do literally what I just talked about. They lend to government and buy bills and bonds and all that kind of stuff. And the ability for someone to be able to access this at a very short cadence. So, for example, if I place the withdrawal request today, I'll probably get the money tomorrow. So it has a very fast turnaround time. It's very liquid. But for that, there's always a cost associated with it.
Yes.
And, the money market fund managers and stuff like that will charge a fee, so an annual management fee. And so if you do the math, technically, yeah, it's fair. It's better than keeping your money in the bank, but at the end of the day, it's not very glamorous.
It's low risk.
Yes, it's low risk, yes.
Yes. When you look at the investment landscape, how do you think the advent of AI is impacting on it these days?
Yeah, for sure. So I feel like AI has made, for example, my job very easy when it comes to analyzing companies. And it'll get better, exponentially better. Of course, now they're saying that, we've hit this quote-unquote peak because of the processing capabilities of the GPUs paired with the large language models that, work on ChatGPT and any other AI product that is out there. But slowly we're going to see more significant inroads and gains from AI products. Such that they can make decisions on behalf of human beings. And when we get there, for sure, that will be an amazing time because it will now be democratized. People can be able to now make decisions confidently with AI as companions. Yeah, so we're going into that direction for sure.
So, as an investor and a founder of a company, what would you say are the biggest lessons that you have learned along the way? What are the mistakes that you made, and how have they enhanced your decisions to be where you are at today?
Yeah, so what you just talked about earlier, the whole get-rich-quick scheme, that is just, it's anyone who's selling you that, you just always need to have very, very large red flags waving in front of your eyes because of that promise. So like I mentioned, the ones who walked before us and have been super successful, they did it in a way that is patient, it's long term, and there was not a lot of velocity. They didn't have a lot of twitchy fingers, buying and selling really quickly. It was a process, a very long one. So for me, learning that, I had to learn the hard way by losing money, so quote unquote paying my tuition fees to be able to learn that, hey, you know what? The right way is the long game. Play the long game, play it safe. You want to survive fast. Yeah. When you survive, the rest is easier. Now you'll be able to now build the wealth and money over time. So yeah, I think that's the major lesson to share with you and the viewers today. It's the long game that is the one that always pays out at the end.
Yeah, everybody, if I'm not wrong, almost everybody, if not all, wants to throw money where they are sure that it will bring good return. But how would you say, or what is the role of research and analysis before making an investment?
Critical, extremely critical. You have to do due diligence. It's like picking a partner to marry. You just don't go and just say, hey, I've seen this person from the street, I'll go and pick them, this is the one for me. You have to do some due diligence. You have to look at, health. You have to look at the family. Really, really nitty-gritty things. So when it comes to research and kind of the analysis, number one, you have to be very good at, or rather, love reading, because there's a lot of information that is. For example, if you're buying a stock or a share of a company, they will provide it publicly, and you need to read through this, and it's not a few pages, it's almost like a storybook. So you have to understand the business from top to bottom, in and out, and then from there you can be able to make a decision. Yeah.
What other mistakes do you think from your perspective that any person who is, especially young people, what do you think are the mistakes that they would avoid today, so that even if they're investing in high risk or low risk investments, at least they know? What do you think they need to know in terms of those mistakes they should avoid?
Yeah, for sure. So I think the first mistake is always rushing and just saying, yeah, I've seen something from social media or I've read something, let me go ahead and do it. You need to understand. So if you can't explain whatever it is that you're doing to a 5-year-old, then don't expect yourself to be able to be utterly and completely successful in the long term. So I should be able to explain to a 5-year-old, and if they understand, then I'm good. I've also understood what it is that I'm doing, and then from there I can now continue building upon it. So that's one mistake, not understanding what it is they're doing and looking at it from a monetary perspective. So if you look at it from a, of course there's always you have to look at the end goal, which is the pocket, but you also have to look at now the underlying risks. What if I do this versus going to school? If I do this versus starting off and working a job first and then build my capital, etc. What are the trade-offs? So, just doing a SWOT analysis on something. Yeah, and so if they're able to do that, or if we're able to do that, because I'm still young, we're still Gen Zs, yeah, we can basically just set ourselves up for future success.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think they are also overlooking the aspect of gaining skills fast and looking for the right knowledge?
For sure. Yeah, you've answered the question. Yeah. For sure.
You've started from somewhere and you own what you own. You have built something. How would you advise someone who wants to formulate, or to be like you, formulate something that will in future go to something big?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, the good thing is whenever people reach out to me, whether it's on social media or through email, they're like, how do I get started? I'm like, hey, you know what? There's a lot of free information out there that you can consume. It doesn't have to be from me, but there's just a ton of resources in this information age that you can use. You can even use the AI agents or an AI chatbot to just get a quick brief and then now build on that knowledge. So the idea is first consume, and then make your own judgment. You don't need to have other people telling you in your ear, do this, do this. I mean, you are, I'd assume, you are decent enough and sane of mind enough to be able to make a decision on your own. So you basically call your own number and say, this is what I want to do based on the information that I've gotten. Yes. But yeah, at the end of the day, if people always, kind of like reach out to me and they ask for help, I'm like, yeah, cool. I'll give everything I've learned for free. We have resources. We have a community where people can now just come and just consume free lessons, get free information, and then from there they can go ahead and make a decision that I mentioned. Yeah.
As I was also researching about you, I saw something that piqued my interest. And you talked about fundamental analysis, AI-driven momentum signals, and cash-resistant risk scoring. Talk about that combination.
Yeah, it's a killer combination right there. That's where the sweet money is made. Yeah, so fundamentals is basically simple. So say, for example, you and I have a company, or you have a company and I'm looking to invest.
Yes.
I need to understand you as the person. Who is Mike? How has he run his company? What are his philosophies when he approaches, like things like his compensation, how he takes care of his staff, how he takes care of his customers. And essentially just who you are as a person, so that, we don't find you on a Coldplay concert, hugging someone, and it becomes a story. But yeah, so there's that, and then now, of course, now the financials. So basically, how is your company performing? Are you making money quarter over quarter?
Yeah.
Are you growing? What are the things that, the company is doing to generate revenue?
Yes.
So with those two, you're good to go. Then now you add in a bit more of, cash resistance and seeing free cash flow, how you're able to generate and deploy that free cash flow. Are you doing stock repurchasing, or are you doing stock buybacks? Are you doing are you putting more money into R&D to fund and bring in more innovation engineering into your company? Things like that. So when you look at those things holistically, and then you combine them, it makes the investing decision much easier, because you can actually have now a full view and understanding of now Mike's company when I want to make a decision to go ahead and buy a share.
Yes. You mentioned something, and I think it would be good for the viewer to understand what R&D is.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Research and development.
Nice.
Yes.
For a person, I want you to give your final remarks to a person who wants to get into the investment landscape today. What is your advice? And I'll take this as your closing remarks.
Yeah, thanks. So basically, think the long game, plain and simple. Start small. I started off with $200, which was not, okay, back then it was a decent amount, but you know, you just slowly grow it over time. I always tell folks, you know, you can start even with $10, you know, that's like 1,290 shillings. Just start slowly by putting it in a very less risky asset or a asset class or product like an ETF, which is an exchange traded fund, and then just see that grow as you continue now consuming more information for free, because this information is free, and then be able to just make a decision much later on how you want to now deploy your capital, whether you want to go ahead and get into real estate or get into lending government through bonds and bills or private equity, all the kind of things. Or by then you'll have had a lot of information in your brain to process, and then from there you can make a decision. So yeah, that's that in closing.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Stormzy.
Pleasure,
talking
Mike.
about simplifying investment to the viewer.
Absolutely. Thanks.
That is Stormzy Mwendo, who is the founder of Basquiat Capital, and also he's an innovation engineer, and I hope you have learned a thing, all three, from this conversation. Before we go, I want to interest you with a quote for today. Happiness is shared. Happiness shared is happiness doubled. That is actually a Swedish proverb. Happiness shared is happiness doubled. And definitely this is Entertainment Thursday, and we are going to double and share that happiness with you. My name is Mike Migwe. Thank you for tuning in to this segment. This is Future Voices. We do this every Thursday morning. Stay with us. Entertainment continues shortly.
Alrighty, a round of applause to you. And that is Eriko Mukoyama, famously known as Anyango Nyarsiaya, or you can call her the Nyatiti Queen. And she's here with us. She's about to let us in on her journey at Weleze, where the love for Nyatiti originated from, and how that journey has been for her so far. You know, the Nyatiti normally is known to be an instrument played mainly when it comes in the Luo community. But sasa tunamuona hapa hivi ni Mjapanese, lakini atatueleza vile alianzia kucheza nyatiti. She understands Swahili, that's why I'm speaking Swahili as well. Welcome to the show. Kindly introduce yourself.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
thank you. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much. Invite me.
Yeah. You speak Swahili very nicely. Like unaongea Kiswahili chako vizuri, you understand Swahili yote.
Asante sana kwa sababu Kiswahili ndio second language. Halafu kwa Kijaluo, my third language. Halafu English, my fourth language.
Really? So you speak...
yeah, I'm trying to speak English, but kuchanganya.
Yeah. So unazungumza Kijaluo vizuri kabisa.
Wakati nilikuwa niliishi huko Alego Karapur, nilikuwa ni 20 years ago. Kwa hivyo kidogo imeshapotea kwa Kijaluo, lakini ang Anyango ni Rusiaya, kata Anyango ni Japan. Kora ambe amor kabisa ase chopoka Nairobi erokamano madong.
I didn't understand you. Look pia najua amebaki amefloat, but my director up there Fadhili najua ameelewa kabisa.
Sawa sawa.
It's a pleasure to have you on the show. If we can just begin by first understanding where your love for the nyatiti began, or when did you first experience the nyatiti?
Yeah. It was 20 years ago. Before that, in Japan, I met a guy who played Kenyan drums in Japan. And I really interested in that. What is that kind of ngoma rhythm? It's very interesting. I was captured that rhythm immediately. And I joined his band. And after that, he encouraged me to go to Kenya because there are a lot of nice ngomas, nice music. He encouraged me to Kenya. Then I decided I have to go. Then, first time it was 2004. I came to here, Nairobi. Then I went to the Bomas of Kenya. There I saw this instrument, nyatiti. And immediately I was falling in love with this instrument.
You just saw it and you were like, I love that, I would want to get to play that.
Yes, because it was so special, magical sound, and sound is very beautiful. And nyatiti, it's like whole band, just one person, but playing instrument. At same time, creating beat, like a drama. And same time singing, just one person, but it's like whole drum, whole band. Yeah.
It's like a whole band, but it's just one person doing everything with one instrument.
Very special, very unique. I have never seen like this instrument in the world.
Yeah.
Very special.
So that was back then in the year 2004, right?
Yes.
When you now got to witness the nyatiti and see it. So now, did you start playing it immediately? How did you go about starting to play it? Did you find someone who would teach you how to play it? Tell me more.
Yeah, then I really wanted to learn this instrument, but after that, I knew this is the very traditional and historical instrument for the Luo community, and normally played only by men. Also, normally only selected Luo men, because very traditional historical instrument. So my friend told me, maybe it's impossible to play. Maybe it's very difficult to find a teacher. Yeah, of course it was. But finally, I found a teacher in Nairobi, my first nyatiti teacher called Anyango Odindo. And through him, I knew a master, nyatiti master, Okumu Okorengo in Siayarego Karapur. But first, of course, he refused to me.
Yeah.
When I go to the Arego Karapur, and I beg, and little bit Kwakijaruo I learned, and I begged to him. I come from Japan. I really want to learn this instrument. I'm serious. I'm very serious.
Yeah.
But even though he refused me.
Yeah, because culturally it's played by men.
Even touch. You cannot, because I am foreigner, I am a woman. Normally, even touch, it's impossible. Well, first, he told me like that. But, yeah, I understand, and I respect, of course, this traditional. But as a musician, I really fall in love with this instrument. And I'm so serious, and I respect, and I respect your tradition. But if it's possible, I still want to learn this instrument. And every day went to his house and knocking door. And after 4 days, he accepted me to stay with him, stay with his family in the village. But he told me, I have to check you are the right person or not playing nyatiti. Kuishi pamoja hakuna shida. You should learn Luo culture, Luo kitigi timbegi, lakini kufundisha nyatiti mambo tofauti. Alinyambia hivyo.
Yeah, like you can learn every other thing. You are welcome to learn our culture, but playing the nyatiti,
it's mambo tofauti.
Ndio sasa inakuwa ni tofauti kabisa. But when did he finally agree to teach you, if he's the one who taught you?
Yes, maybe because every day I go to a shamba and supporting farming, and of course go to mahali pa kuchota maji, kutafuta kuni, halafu ninakasira mambo ya rabum, hiyo ni mahindi, mambo ningi nimesaidia, halafu nimejaribu kujifunza kwa Kijaluo, halafu 2 months later. 2 months later, kwa ghafla alianza kunifunza, lakini ya story ni ndefu, halafu story yote ndani kwa kitabu.
We'll get to the book by the way. She has a book. We'll get to get into the book. But that's really, it shows just how determined you were to get to learn this instrument. You were willing to do everything possible just for you to be able to get to learn how to play the nyatiti. And that's so nice to know. You know, it's so nice to see that, you know, probably right here in Kenya, not many people actually are interested in wanting to play it, or even most people are not interested in the nyatiti really. But to see the fact that you saw it and you were so determined and you decided, I have to know how to play this instrument. That is something to be applauded for sure. So how long did it take you to learn it, to play?
To play? Totally 8 months.
8 months.
Yeah. I was an apprenticeship of him, and after 8 months, but means 2 months plus 8 months. So after 10 months, it was he held a examination to pass. And if I can pass the examination of the Luo tradition of the nyatiti community, and how what waze wa Luo, halafu wachezaji wa nyatiti watakubali ama hawatakubali kama examination imeshafanyika. Halafu I passed that examination and I became the kind of first female professional nyatiti player. He told me like that.
That's why you acquired the name the Nyatiti Queen.
Anyango Nyarsiaya.
They actually baptized you in Anyango Nyarsiaya, and that's the name you go by. Now, have you gotten to perform the Nyatiti now outside Kenya? And I would love for you to tell me how that reception was for the people who are outside the country.
Outside the country. Yeah. For example, like me, I come from Japan. And of course, Japanese people, they don't know about nyatiti. 20 years ago, of course, and first, what is the reaction? Hiyo nini? Hiyo ni nani? Kama something like that. But kama wakishaanza kusikia music hii, wanaanza kupenda sana. Halafu wanataka nini interest, wanataka kujua nini kama utamaduni ya Kikenya sana sasa. Yeah.
All right. So, but it has been good. Like when you play it out there, the reception you get is a good reception.
Yes, and I was touring all over the world, in USA and in France, UK, Germany, sometimes in Burma, and of course Kenya, Uganda, Cameroon. Yeah, a lot of places. Yeah, I did it. Yeah.
Before we get to talk about the book that you launched yesterday, what's the best thing about the Nyatiti for you? You know, aside from it being a one-man band, you know, maybe what else just stands out for you with the Nyatiti, or what do you love most about the Nyatiti?
Nyatiti has a lot of power, and Nyatiti has a lot of ability to to break the barriers between people and people. And Nyatiti, it brings happiness to the world. And music sometimes breaks barriers so quickly that even we don't speak same language, even we doesn't come from same background, but come a song touches your heart, immediately we can connect each other. That is the power of Nyatiti. That is the power of music.
Beautiful. Now let's get into the book, if we can get it that right on the short. This is the book. It has no title, really. It just has the name. It's Anyango Nyarsiaya, and then we have Nyarsiaya herself, the Nyatiti Queen, on the cover of the book. So if you can just tell me about this book. What was the inspiration behind it? You know, when did you start writing it and all of that?
Yeah, actually yesterday, this book was launched in Kenya, and because last 10 years I worked together a music publisher called Ketebo Music, and Ketebo Music's director Tabo Susa, he made a decision to publish this book because this story is very universal. So he made a decision, and I said, yeah, of course, yes. And before this, I already published 5 books, but in Japan, and only Japanese can read. So this is the first my book written in English.
Okay.
And yeah, the journalist Bill Odidi also helped me a lot to make a beautiful English. And so because of the lot of people's support, yeah, this book could now make our life.
Yeah, shout out to Bill. Bill is one of our colleagues right here on KBC. Now, in the book, are you talking about your journey in learning the Nyatiti? Are you talking about, you know, the Nyatiti? What is in the book?
Yes, everything. My journey, how I became Anyango, how I met my master Okumu Korengo, and my master Okumu Korengo, who he was, and which kind of interaction there were, which kind of obstacles, challenges, difficulties there were, but how I overcome with the people. And of course, I mentioned a lot about the wisdom of the culture and very rich Kenyan culture and very, I believe Nyatiti has a lot of intelligence and wisdom, include wisdom of the culture. So I mentioned those kind of things.
You mentioned that, and it's quite pictorial. It has a number of pictures in it, you know. And I've seen a picture with you and Josek Asikoye of Jabali Africa, who's a friend to the show, by the way. He's come here several times. I see a picture with him right here. And you just told me off air there's a song you did with them, the song Aoko. Tell me about that.
Yes, I am a fan of Jabali Africa, and I really love the song called Aoko. And a few years ago, I told him to Asikoe, Jabali Africa, I really love that Aoko. Can I sing in Japanese? And he said yes. So some beautiful collaboration, there was a few years ago. Are you looking forward to maybe do other collaborations in Kenya? Is there anyone you've spotted that you would love to collaborate with? Yeah, but already I did collaborate with bands like Kenge Kenge. It was 8 years ago we made a song together, a song title called Anyango meets Kenge Kenge, and we released that one song 8 years ago. And on the TV program, I collaborated with rapper Juakali.
You've collaborated with Juakali?
Yes.
Amazing.
So I'm so welcome. I really want to collaborate many musicians in the future.
You're open to collaborate.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so you did the launch yesterday. It happened at the Alliance Francais.
Yes.
You mentioned that you are going to be performing somewhere today. If you can just talk about that.
Yes. Thank you so much. Many people come yesterday, my launch book event, Alliance France. But tonight, there are another concert in Gecko Cafe in Nairobi, Lavington, from 7 p.m. And entrance is free. So please come over and please make it to come. And this weekend also there are another concert in Kisumu, Saturday at Dunga Hill Camp in Kisumu, 4 p.m. And I will collaborate a very international Kisumu band called Sango Soul. I will collaborate. Yeah, yesterday and today I collaborate with Macadam Band. Oh. That one also very beautiful.
Yeah,
please
Macadam
come.
Band is amazing, amazing. Okay, they now know where to get to find you so that they can be able to enjoy your performance. Thank you so much for coming to the show. It was a pleasure hosting you here. And how about you finish with a performance?
Okay.
Yeah, and also you can let them know where to find you on social media. For those who would love to follow you on social media. Sawa. You can mention the social media handles and then you get to the playing.
Okay.
Yeah. The social media handles?
Mine?
Yes.
Yes, I have actually my Anyango's official homepage, anyango.com.
Okay.
Of course, I am the title Anyango Nyarusea on the Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere.
Amazing.
Yes.
Let's get to the performance.
아들이 정근장 자우대냐 어티는 와주나야 자우대냐 어디 보고 보라 그대라 자우대냐 어티는 요르가 오고 자우대냐 아빙건 요르가 데라 자우대냐 빙고 자우대냐 자카게라 자우대냐 자세가 자우대냐 자나야 자우대냐 자우근장 자우대냐 Kotan, Jasera to Uganda, Kotan, Janayo to Uganda, Yangon Yadubu, Laira Yarumure, Otina Kikugongo, Yayatina, Abingona Jandena, Jalarete, 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 Katisu, Jalarete, Katide, Jalarete, Katineo, Jalarete, Katire, Jalarete, Abingoma Jandena. Abingoma Jandena. Asante.
One more?
One more.
Yes, a request from our producers up there.
Okay.
They're loving it. One more. Nani? Nani?
Anyango kama donje waiting, waiting, waiting. 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 Nyako kama donje waiting, waiting, waiting. Nyako kama donje waiting, waiting, waiting. 쟁가정가 피냐 긴거라 긴거루 긴거라 쟁가정가 피냐 긴거라 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 쟁가정가 반대
Let's go, let's go.
Kitu new, fresh. Very nice. Feeling I feel.
There we have it. What a fusion right there with Nyar Nyatiti herself and Anyango Nyar Ugenya, the queen of Nyatiti. Nyar Siaya, not Nyar Ugenya. Nyar Siaya. But Nyar zote tu.
Hata Nyar Japan too.
Kote. And we had Rojo Mo right here joining in for that fusion. And in case you don't know, he is our next guest. So you do not want to miss any part of this show. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful one. Don't go too far. Rojo Mo is coming up next after the break. Tambua kile Mungu amepanga, huwezi pangua. And there we have it, Rojo Mo himself right here in studio with us. He is a songwriter, he is a performer, he is a beatboxer. He does a lot of things when it comes to the entertainment industry. Most of you may know him as an actor, and he's here to talk to us about his newest release, Pantambua. Here, Pantambua.
Nakwambia, ni vipi washikaji zangu vipi? Kutoka Mombasani mpaka Nai, mambo vipi? Poa. Si tumerudi na muziki. We producer sikate kiki, nafunika maidia. Mungu amekubalia kila kitu 100. We mpizani pisha njia, kiti nishakalia. Unanijua unanisikia, vitu mimi naachia kakaria.
Mpinzani afanye nini? Apishe njia jamani, pisha njia tuapita.
Sisi tuapita tupasua, ni sawa?
Yeah, love it. Welcome to the show. Always a pleasure to have you on the show. Energy always on top. Your energy is actually contagious.
It's always a blessing.
Yeah.
It's always a blessing, and always yani kupata platform kama hii, kuongea na Wakenya na mafans out there. Yani mimi unakuta tu yani poa, so I'm enjoying. Na mimi nikienjoy, best believe uta enjoy. Manake the energy is 100 always.
Yes, 100 top kila siku.
Yes.
Now Rojo Mo, so far how has everything been?
Everything is going good. I thank God from the beginning of unajua tukaribu mwaka unaenda ukiisha.
Unaisha tayari.
So tukianza huu mwaka, my main goal was to make sure I establish myself that well in this Nairobi market. Unajua? Now that I'm based in Nairobi na pia Mombasani ni home, yes, big up Mombasani, my city, my town, but I wanted this market that much. Unajua? So I've been trying to hook up with people. Nani tunaweza fanya naye nyimbo, nani tunaweza fanya naye nyimbo. And luckily I started out with Reckless, kama unakumbuka. Yeah, so we did that with Reckless. So unajua ni kama blueprint. Tukishafanya collab moja na msee, unajua ni next unaweza fanya vipi umanuvu ufuate another collab. And a friend of mine ambaye ni producer pia anaitwa T is from Coast also, lakini pia based Nairobi. So T invited me in the studio, Calif Records Paliko, the new location say. Hiyo ndo ngoma still bado. So he invited me, we came up with the track. Then while we were talking, bana vipi mziki ndio huu tunaweza fanya vipi tupate nani kwenye ngoma. And then suggested Jua Kali, and then magic happened, Jua Kali came through. So everything has been good, I can say, and it's all a blessing. Manake nikianza mwaka niko na malengo yangu ya kuwa nataka nipige collab 2-3 kubwa. And this is big, I thank God for that.
Yeah, so it's a big collaboration.
Yes, all is going well, I can say.
Yeah, and then the fact that you also incorporated Enoch Bella. Kwa wale ambao hawajapata kumkumbuka, manake maybe you saw him when he was back in Yamoto Band. Yeye akina mwenye ametuambia Power
Boso,
yeah.
and Aslay and the other one Becca.
Yeah, they used to have that group, you know, so that is Enoch Bella.
The popular phrase ile kuku wa kizungu chinja jana tabu. There was that popular hiyo phrase yake so yeye pia ako Nairobi at the moment, trying to work on 1-2-3 tracks zake mpya.
How did you get him on the track?
Through a friend called Bullet. Big up to Bullet for coming through with Enoch Bella. Yeye ndo alimuinvite akamwambia kuna boys wangu anatoka Mombasani, currently ako Nairobi, nimefanya naye kazi 2-3 na kuna kazi poa hii. What do you think you come in and jump in the track? The guy said yes. So iko tu collab ya Kenya, Tanzania, lakini Nairobi, Mombasani, so tumefuse hivyo. Yani in my mind I'm like itakuwa imeunganisha Tanzania, Kenya, lakini then again since I'm from Mombasa and Jua Kali is from Nairobi, itakuwa even a blessing kuwa na kila mtu ndani ya ngoma. So Bullet ndo alinihook na Enoch Bella, and imekuwa blessing pia come through kwenye ngoma.
And the collaboration came to be.
Yes.
How was it like, you know, working with the two artists?
Like I said, unajua sasa kifikiria kimimi, I'm good when I'm working by myself. But you get a blueprint when you're working with big artists. So from working with Reckless, unajua unapatanga experience ya kufanya na msanii ambaye maybe ni wa kutoka nje ama out of your comfort zone. So working with Jua Kali was very easy. In fact, yeye alikuja tu studio kama in 2 hours time alikuwa amekama up na verse akaweka. And hata hivyo sema energy yangu iko juu. Jua Kali ana energy buda.
Baba yao.
Nakwambia iko ina ku affect, tunakuta pia energy. Tuna some videos tumeka kwenye mneti hapo how the session was. So ali come through, he did his verse, and then he told me, siku ile unafanya video, just let me know. Naenda nje nchi kidogo, and I'm coming back, we'll shoot the video. Same thing with Enoch Bella because he was present, so tulifanya tu hiyo nyimbo in like 5 hours tulikuwa tumemaliza song. Very cooperative people, very top notch energy iko juu, and watu wakisikia yenyewe wanakuta tu, yani ilikuwa ni ngoma ambayo ya mafans tumewafanyia huko nje.
I've seen you've done a lot of collabs. Mingi sana.
Unique, just before you get to ask your question, how about we take a commercial break and after we come back? All right, let's take a break. All right, welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. This is Entertainment Thursday right here on KBC. Good morning, Kenya. Before we took that break, Unique was asking Rojo Mo a question, so go ahead.
Yes, like you've done a lot of collabs. Nikiingia kwa channel yako naona collabs ni mingi. So kama kwa msanii, collabs inasaidia kivipi kama msanii?
More of kubalisha fan base. Yes, right now if I'm working with you, your fans will be my fans, and my fans will be your fans. So you come more of who has a bigger fan base, so that it can also increase my fan base. Unajua, katika hali ya ku-expand to territory, since niko kule kwetu Mombasani, I've exhausted what I can do there. So you come out, get to do collabs so that you can even, it's more of marketing strategy nizasema, and expanding my brand. Unajua, collabs inasaidia kubalisha mafans sana. Mafans wako wanakuwa mafans wangu, mafans wangu wanakuwa mafans wangu. And so on and so forth. So sahi I'm very sure wale watu wanafagilia Jua Kali, millennials, maana yuko hiyo chama ya millennials, tunajaribu link up now pia through Jua Kali, and same thing with Enoch Bella. So hiyo inasaidia sana ku expand fan base.
Na kuna kitu kingine like tuseme kama unafanya collab, tuseme unataka kufanya collab na mtu kama comedian akona fan base tofauti na ya msanii. So like your fan base ya comedian, can it help you musically?
Basically unajua ni kujaribu ku expand fan base yako tu. Unajua sababu whoever comes with a bigger fan base ama a fan base that you don't have can infuse something and work on something. Sasa hata sasa hii tukisema tufanye hiyo DJ na artist, si tumepiga hapa na Japan. Umeona hiyo. So ni katika ile exchange funds too, and with comedians also it can work. Ku infuse to how we can infuse them kwenye ngoma, that's the bottom line. But with that also it can help get 2-3 fans from his side.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, I want to get back to the song Hapa Ntambua.
Yeah.
It has a very catchy and easy hook.
Yes.
Right? Like ni rahisi, hata kama mtu amesikia saa hizi anaweza sing along to, but the time mamaliza ya kwanza mkirudi kuimba tena anaimba na wewe. Like just talk me through ensuring that your hook is something, or the song that you're singing is not complicated. It's something hata mtoto saizi akisikia anaimba tu.
Genge, naweza sema hivyo. Unajua sasa
by the way, that's how genge is.
Yes, genge is words that are simple and catchy, and one can repeat even ukiimbia mara 2 mara 3 unashikanisha. Hata uwe danda aje, utadandisha. So mimi in my mind I was like, nataka kufanya hiki kitu na tutamweka juu kali kwa ngoma, so lazima tu hiki kitu ambacho kwa rahisi watu kushika. That was the mentality when we were working on the song. And the producer also suggested tukisema tu uchukue chorus maybe complicated ama sing ama what, itazengua, so acha tufanye tu kitu simple. And you can see ni repetition. Wallahi utajua, mi hapa nitambua, wallahi utajua, mi hapa nitambua, wallahi utajua, mi hapa nitambua. Then the trick was hapa mwisho tuangushe kitu ambacho kitakapo light but kinafikia wazi. Kile Mungu amepanga huwezi pangua, unaona? And that's how the chorus came up. So the chorus tumeweka kigenge tu so that Jua Kali kikamini iwe easy for him also to relate to the song. And Okbella same thing, and that was the trick behind coming up with the chorus about ni hook ambao tumetumia kwenye ngoma.
So when doing collaborations like the one that you've just done, how do you go about now writing the individual verses? Do you need to be there together? I know umetuambia vile mlikuwa hapo nyote in 5 hours the nini was done, the song was done, but how normally, not specifically for this song, generally how does that go? Do you need to all be there?
It's important for one to be there to avoid repetition. Unajua kuna kitu unaweza sikia kwako nikasikia imeni touch, before I know it na mimi pia nime include kwa lyrics zangu. So for me to be unique from your verse and verse yake pia ni lazima sasa msee ukae uko na mwenzako msikie alimba nini, then you know what you're coming up with, so that wewe kile verse yako amfanani. Huo ndio umuhimu wa kuonana kama mnafanya ngoma pamoja. Kuna zile msee za kwa yuko Tanzania, mimi niko Kenya, tunatumana, but sasa lazima asikie chorus ndio ajue pia na relate vipi nango. But inakuanga poa zaidi na mna gel zaidi, mna fusing zaidi kama mko pamoja, ndio na create ile. Unasema mtu akisikia kuna ngoma ukisikia sema watu kuna vile lika pamoja wakitunga hii nyimbo. Haikai eti huyu alikuwa east huyu alikuwa west. So inasaidia kugel tu poa tu mkifanya ngoma. Sababu huyu anatunga yake, maybe you can come up with 1-2 tips on how writing yake inaweza kuwa, kumaliza lyrics unaweza maliza vipi. I think there's a video that went viral some time back ya Diamond akisaidia Mbosso ule ngoma ya Power. So that kind of thing, unajua mnasaidiana pia hapa pale, hii rhyme kwaje, hii ina help.
So it works better sa zile
mko pamoja ni way better than watu wakitumaniana tu uko pali mtu yuko yake. Unaweza sikia tuseme hizi energy zinakaa energy mbili tofauti. That kind of thing.
Because kila mtu akiwa kando kando ina depend kwa nini gani,
time zone gani,
environment pia inakaaje nini. Alright, I hear you on that. And you worked with which producer? I think you mentioned
producer T. Big up to him. My brother T, yani shukran sana ni kwa manake yeye ndo the mastermind behind this song. Yeye ndo alisema bana, mimi nina idea, tunataka tufanye hivi, tulete hivi mpaka ikuwe hivi, and the end result ni sababu mimi Jua Kali simjui. Na
namjua kwa TV.
Namjua kumuona kwa TV kwa Mombasa huko. Sawa, nimekuwa nikimata I updated it once. I said Jua Kali nimecontinue nikimuona kwetu kwa Mombasa, nikiwa Mombasa. Sasa leo tunafanya na ngoma moja. So ni through producer T tumefanya ngoma, and the guy behind the video ni Trey Jewels, TJ. He did an excellent job with that. Sababu the video is also that attractive, inafanya unapenda
it's a clean video.
Kusikiza ngoma zaidi.
Alright, so currently wali Afrima released the list of their nominees. You know, voting is ongoing as we speak. So from the list of nominees in the categories, all the categories that they have, there were Kenyans in it, but not as many as we would want it to be, you know.
We noticed that,
there are Kenyans in there, and it's an African thing. So when it's an African thing, you expect that tunafaa pia tuendane, you to dominate hata kama si completely, but at least
most categories ama majority.
Like we have several Kenyans in it. There are Kenyans in there. I've seen BN is in there. I've seen Wakadinali are part of it. I've seen
Bridget Blue.
Yeah, Bridget Blue. There's this other lady. Why am I forgetting her name? Sophia Nzao is also part of it. But it's very few people. I don't know.
We have been left out in a way.
Why is that the case? Why is that the case? Unajua sasa tukiongelea zile za sijui Grammys nini tunaweza sema okay, maybe bado hatujavuka border like that. But now this is an African thing.
I can say pia wameangalia wale watu ambao wamefanya kazi sana in a way. And watu ambao ni symbol from their countries. Unajua kama BN amerepresent sana. Unaweza sema pia ni sawa kiwapo. So maybe the next awards they do, maybe they'll go deeper. Sababu hii ni more shallow tu, wamechukua kama Wakadinali they've been good consistently along the year, so ni sawa, but sasa we have people who Kenya huko wamedominate pia, so maybe the next one wataenda deeper zaidi, iko a bit shallow tunaweza sema hivyo.
Oh, you feel like wameangalia tu wale ambao wanajulikana
kabisa
zaidi.
Wale wanajulikana zaidi, wale maybe wame represent their countries more, because mtu kama BN ametoka huko nje sana, so he has been in international interviews, unajua tumemuona in areas where no Kenyan has gone before ama kufika hizo level in a way, so he was the right person pia kuwa hapo hivyo naweza sema hivyo. So it's a bit shallow. Maybe the next one they'll go deeper and pick even more artists from within the country ambao wamefanya.
So there's no challenge huku kimziki.
Iko they didn't go deep. Mimi naweza sema tu hivyo, they didn't go deep.
Makosa ni yao.
Makosa ni yao.
Tuko sawa.
Wameenda shallow kidogo, they didn't go deep. But if they could have gone deeper, nadhani hiyo kitu hata tumekipita awards nyingi sana. So right now we will be voting for BN Wakadinali, hao watu ambao hapo tu.
Because I was looking at the categories, I'm like, I know someone from Kenya who would have fit in this category very nicely.
Kind of thing. Mimi pia niliangalia kasema easy. Wacha tuzingoje za next year. Kibidi tutajua tu tunaingia vipi hapo ndani, lakini lazima this time around tuzidominate zinazokuja.
Okay. There's another conversation nataka kusikia your thought on it. There's been conversation, you know, Soul Fest.
Yes, Soul Fest.
Clearly huwa inakuja December, right? It's cemented. It's one of the biggest festivals in Kenya right now, right? So I think they have their dates out now. 20th is one of the dates. Alafu there's also another concert that is set to happen around the same time. Nani ambaye anakuja yoitwaje vile Asake from Nigeria. He's supposed to also come perform na kivyake si kwa Soul Fest, kivyake another concert ambayo imepangwa akuje na anakuja around the same time. I think it's the same day. Concert yake ni ya 20th. So it's the same date. And there has been conversation online, some people complaining, why would you do that? We know that Soul Fest is a big Kenyan festival. Why would you put another big artist to come and perform separately on the same date? So mungefanya kuje mbele ama
that's a conflict of interest. So mimi naweza sema yani wameleta maybe to sabotage this thing, unajua sababu kawaida ikikuwa ni kitu tradition inaanza kukua tradition tunajua ikifika tarehe hii mwezi huu everyone can enjoy to that and everyone aneka plans zake to that show. So hii kiletwa hivi inakuwa ni conflict of interest. I think those guys for this round whatever they have done is just to sabotage hii show. Soul Fest.
Kuna wale walikuwa nasema hakuna shida. I mean kuna wale wako na fan base. Kila mtu na fan base yake.
But sasa unajua kitu inakuwa tradition huwa haipingwi. Ni kama kule Jamaica. They have Jamaica Fest. Hakuna siku utasikia eti Jamaica Fest ikifanyika there's another event going on. Inakuwa kila mwaka ni tradition. So hii ni kitu ambayo ina grow kwa tradition. It should just be kwa date yake, siku yake. Mtu mwingine atafanya kitu kingine tofauti afanye siku yake sababu inaua pia, inaua attention.
Kwa sasa itagawanya pia. Kuna watu ambao ni wangeenda Soul Fest but pia wanafikiria lakini kuna itagawanya
ama mtu asema Soul Fest ya mwaka jana nilienda so ya mwaka huu acha nibadilishe test kidogo. So pia itatoa watu nje tu. Kuna watu wanajua hapo pia watatengeza do, so itawatoa nje kimpango.
Yeah. Unique, you feel the same about
that? True. It's the same thing. I think hapo kuna, unajua pia muziki kuna politics zake.
Kabisa, ina gatekeeper, ina cartel zake. So
makartel pia, so
pia wale waliamua sabotage na wewe, you never know.
Soul festivities. Soul festivities. Anyway, we need to wrap up this conversation. Thank you so very much, Rojo Mo, for coming through to the show. Always a pleasure. Yes. I keep saying that, having you on set with us. Now, for those who would love to get to connect with you more, wale ambao pengine wanakuona leo mara ya kwanza, and wale ambao wangetaka kwenda kujisikililia Pantambua kivyao tu, wanaipata wapi?
So tuanze kwa social zangu kila mahali nipate kama Rojo Mo, yani sawa. Kwenye Facebook nipate kama Rojo Mo, kwenye Instagram nipate kama Rojo Mo, kwenye Twitter, kwenye TikTok tumefungua challenge pale ya Pantambua. Go dance to a song, yani tutashare huko nje wa Kenya waone. Alafu this I'm speaking to a DJs. Kila DJ mwenye kutaka ingoma, yani Rojo Mo Enokbela na Jua Kali Pantambua. Just ingia pale Facebook, wewe nitumie email yako pale kwenye comment section, utaona tumeweka picha yetu. And I'll send you a 3-piece so that mtauko pale ambao anywhere in Kenya pale ambao uko unaweza uka bump the music, mafans waisikie. Ngoma iko pale YouTube, ingia YouTube, search Rojo Mo, subscribe, ndo ngoma nyingine ikitoka mpya usikie. Lakini ngoma ndio hii Pantambua, like, share, comment. Yani kila mtu abambike na muziki.
Alright, yes. There you've heard it from Rojo Mo, and right about now we are going to be taking a musical break, and when we come back we are officially getting into our request hour. I've seen most of you have already started sending in your requests. If you haven't, go ahead and do that. The number is 0716-103-301, 0716-103-301. Let us know what song would you love our DJ to get to play for you. Maybe I can read some of the ones that have come in. Someone is saying, good morning, I'm Abraham, following live from Nairobi City Cabanas in a warehouse. I'm busy, but kuwatch show is a must. DJ, play for me one song of Jose Chameleon. Someone else is asking for Piano Man by Brandy. Nimeona nyimbo nyingine. Hi, hope uko poa. Nitumie tu mix ya sahi. Huyu anaitisha mix. Tuonana na DJ Kanda. Special.
Personal.
All right, let's take that break and then we'll come back with your requests. Our DJ is already set to ensure that we do have a nice time. Wacha mimi sasa hii kiti nataka niweke kando kidogo, manake it is time for us to get to dance. It is time for us to katika, to dunda. Si tunasemanga Thursday is the new Friday. How do we ingiza hiyo Friday?
Ya kudunda.
Si ni kudunda.
Ni kudunda tu na. Unadunda na.
Unadunda. Unaenda chini kabisa, and that is the mood we want to get you into, and we're allowing you to actually be the one to set the pace. That is by sending us your requests. Let us know what specific song you would love to get to listen to right here on the show. Our numbers are right there on the screens, 0716-103-301. That is the number that you can use to send your requests. Tuma tu pale kwa WhatsApp. Niko na simu hapa, ikiingia naambia DJ, kiingia naambia DJ, kiingia naambia DJ. Nayo tukisonga very fast. There's someone who's requested for Power by Mbosso. Another one is saying show isiishe kabla hajachezewa, lyrically, toxic lyrically, backbencher. And then this other one anasema achezewe Mr. Blue featuring KO. Another one is saying play for me Professor J, Zali za Mendali. Okay. Kama wa Tanzania wana watch. Because Tanzanian songs are being requested. Thank you so much. We appreciate. And gani nyingine hapa ambayo nimeona? Gani nyingine hapa? Someone said achezewe ngoma ya Bensoul featuring Bien. So the DJ will ensure to play all of those songs, and you're open to send more of the requests so that the DJ ajue Kenya anatuchezea. DJ, ulikuwa umetupromise new songs.
Yes.
Na zile ambazo umecheza.
Kuna zenye nimecheza, zingine bado. But nitakuwa
umewaguzia gani already?
Kuna the rhythm that I talked about. The inaitwa Storybook Rhythm. It's a very nice song. I think nime sample like 2 songs. Imebakisha I have the song ya Kidum pia bado iko on the line. Diana Chords, Panta ambao tushacheza. Spoken Jofes, they have a new song inaitwa AI.
Yeah.
Yes, so
bado AI. Okay.
A nice song by the way.
Okay, yes. Okay.
So I'll be sampling them pole tukiendelea. We still have some good time ya ku have some good time with music.
Yeah.
So I'll be sampling them.
We get into that. There's also that song ya Bridget Blue na Toxic Lyrically. Hata hiyo iweke hapo kwenye request. Iweke kwa lineup. Tusonge tukisonga. Twende tukiendanga sasa. Masani ya kukatika. Wacha nishuke. Walikuwa wanasema, wameamua ni muziki. Tumeongea sana. Sawa.